So let's talk about tuning for a moment. And in this video, I only want to talk about clip-on tuners. An app on your phone will work. It's not as accurate, can be a little bit more frustrating if there's any ambient sound in the room. This style of a clip-on tuner, it uses the vibration that is produced by the instrument, so it tends to be more accurate, especially if there's anything else that can be heard. So I'll use this button here on the bottom to go ahead and turn this on. You can see what's happening here. It's red below whatever note I'm going for. As it gets right up to where it needs to be, it will be green right in the middle, and then get more yellow as it gets too sharp or too high in pitch. You should know by now that 6th string, let's do this, 6th string, 5th string, 4th string, 3, 2, 1. So the 6th string, the bottom string, the lowest string is actually closest to you. It's just that it's lowest in pitch. Well, it's called the lowest string. The highest string, the 1st string, 2 octaves above that. So in theory, string 6 and 1, are the same note but 2 octaves apart. We will get to that. In terms of where things are at here on our headstock, if you follow the strings with your eyes, you should be able to see this is string 6, string 5, string 4, 3, 2, and 1. On the top here, in order to take a note and make it higher, you will turn the tuning peg away from you, going counterclockwise, and you can hear that getting higher. And if we want to make something lower, we turn it towards us or clockwise. And that has to do with how the string comes out here and then wraps around here so that they don't run into each other over here. But again, a visual inspection of all of this and a little bit of playing around will make sense. You do want to be careful not making anything too high or too low, because depending on your guitar, it may provide some challenges. On the higher pitched strings up here, if we want to make something go up, you can hear that. I am turning it what appears to be clockwise towards me, and if it goes down, I'm turning it counterclockwise or away from me. But again, using your ears will help. The notes for the open strings in standard tuning are E, A, D, G, B, and E as we go up. So, see, I'm too sharp there, right? It's into the yellow over to the right of, so I'm going to come down, and it's too low now. I usually will go flat or too low on my note and then gradually work my way up. Great. Going on to my A, again too sharp. One thing that a lot of beginning guitar players run into is either plucking the strings too frequently or not enough when they are starting to tune. So it kind of depends. You just kind of have to experiment and get better. So our D string, oh man, is that right on? Great. Basically perfect. Going to G, too flat or too low. We go B, which is our 2nd string. Just barely tweak that, and our high E to flat. So now, great. All sounding very good. So now my E chord. All sounding really good. And this is super important when you're playing along with the recording or you're playing with a friend or a peer of yours, so that everybody sounds the same regardless of which chords you're playing at the same time. Now, you can use one string to tune the next string. We'll get into that a little bit more another time, but that is typically putting your finger on the 5th string and then an open string, the one right above it. Oops. Going from strings 3 to 2, it's going to be the 4th string with your open B, and then 5th string again. But again, clip-on tuner is going to make your life super easy. You do need to know the order of the notes from low to high, and oftentimes, let me turn that back on. Oftentimes, as soon as I'm done, I'll come back and just kind of double check everything, and then I will start playing, and we'll move on from there. So make sure you're in tune. Oops, make sure you're in tune and ready to go, and have fun.